All right, we're recording. This is season 4 of the Burn Barrel, episode 1, take 2, with myself, Average Joey. And today, you're gonna meet the new producer and sound guy, and he also works at the skydiving facility that I work at, and his name's Tyler Lawless. You can catch him at Tyler Sherbert, and you spell it like Sherbert. It's Tyler Sherbert Music. That's Tyler Sherbert. He's a white rapper. We already did this whole podcast. We did 30 minutes of this podcast, and only to find out that the audio was dog shit. But now, after about 5, maybe 6 different tests, I think we're tracking. I think we're cooking with fucking Crisco. But we're not going to do 30 minutes again. No way. We're going to cut off the fat. We're going to trim the fat, and we're going to get right to the meat and the potatoes, what we were talking about last time on the other one. And I have no fucking idea what that was because we were just rambling. So we're going to do it again. Tyler, how are you, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing pretty well.
Good.
Doing pretty well, except for the fact that we had to do all this shit again.
Right. It's all good shit.
Hell yeah, dude. The Burn Barrel Season 4.
Push through.
The thing about doing the Burn Barrel Season 4 is there's 2,000 people that follow this podcast, right? 2,000 people. And it'll show it to a few of them, whatever. But podcasts to me are very uninteresting. So I don't like listen to a bunch of them, but some people do. And when I say interesting, that's not an insult to anybody that is interested in them. I want people to listen to me, right? I guess. But I don't have the attention span, so I can only hope that other people listen that have the same type of thing, or like they can kind of listen along because they're like, oh, this motherfucker is just like me. Maybe, possibly. How's that coffee?
It's good, man.
You know, second fucking cup. I'm about to start tweaking on this shit for real. Oh my God, it's hot. Hey, speaking of tweaking on the weekend. No, that is not the fucking case. People, back when I had this Facebook, when I started my Facebook page, Tyler, I was like 270 pounds, 279 pounds, some shit like that. And when I got banned for 6 months, I kind of, whatever. I didn't really pay attention. I wasn't really using that as anything. I just kind of fought through that because I had a little bit of coin in the bank saved up from the videos that I'd posted prior. But then when they hit me with that year ban, I was like, oh, fuck, I had to go back to work doing floor and painting houses, doing shit like that, right? When that happened, I'm not going to lie to you, dude, I started eating right. It was like I went to prison. Started eating right, working out all the fucking time. If I take my clothes off in front of you, Tyler, you could see that. You'd be like, well, you look, what the fuck, Joe? You look like a toad. You look like a toad when you're butt naked. And I'd be like, Tyler, don't fucking say that, bro. I'd be like, ooh, and I'd flex like that, dude. You'd be like, damn, whatever. I don't know, Anyways, moving right along. No, we can't say it. No homo, B. I said it anyway. Fuck it.
Now, you look a lot different in your driver's license than you do in person. I remember the first time I saw your driver's license, and I was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, my driver's license up there on the thing. Hey, listen.
Way different.
It's all right.
So, hey, that's the transition, though.
Got to have a transition.
Yeah,
Transition point for me was I stopped eating junk food.
Junk food, right?
Yeah, I just stopped eating junk food. I didn't really. The gym came after. I just went to the gym because it was kind of like a little extra. But
Nobody can hate on
yeah, but people do. They get in the comments and they say, "Man, you've lost weight.
it. Right.
Boy, you lost weight." And I don't even beat that dead horse anymore. Like I'm glad that we're doing a second take because I feel like we talked about it too long in the last one. I'm not talking about it. Fuck no, I don't do drugs. You fucks. Saying some silly shit. I will. Marijuana is classified as a drug, but they're going to declassify that shit. We already talked about that too, Tyler. They're going to declassify that.
Right.
If they fucking don't. Motherfuckers. Anyways, there's rules to this shit. You got to be responsible. They just took that shit off the DARE thing. You know that? I mentioned that already. I got to stop saying I mentioned that already. Like we just did a 30-minute podcast.
No, you didn't. I don't remember you mentioning that.
Well, the DARE program apparently. I'm not trying to start rumors. I don't know this, and I'm not Googling it either. You can Google it yourself if you don't believe this, guys. But apparently, DARE was like, "Hey, we're taking marijuana off of there. We're not worried about it anymore." I remember when I was in DARE class in 5th grade, that DARE officer came in. This dude, his name was like Rudy Griffin or some shit like that. No name dropping, but I guess I did. Fuck it. I'd always be like, damn, this dude's drunk or something because of the way he would talk. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, I'd already been around this shit, and I'm like, this motherfucker got a buzz in here talking to us, whatever. But he'd be talking to us about the shit, and he would tell us about marijuana and all the different drugs, and they would go through the whole thing about it. And you were in your little 5th grade mindset. You're like, okay, cocaine bad, marijuana bad. Well, not so bad because I've already seen my mom smoking it. She wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? It didn't really. Anyways, you already categorized. They dropped marijuana off of there. Marijuana's gone. It's about to be classified the same as beer pretty much across the board, guaranteed. Because once DARE puts it off of there, come on, bro. The government's got to do it like they did gay marriage. It's just we all wake up one day and we're like, you can do this. Huh? I hope they do. I hope they do it just like they did gay marriage, dude. Just wake up and fucking, because when they say it, oh, the weed's going to come out of the woodworks. It sure will. It's going to come out of the woodworks. People are like, what? Magically, where'd that come from? Well, I'm not telling you. Still, but it's legal. That's all you need to know. It's fucking legal. And they'll let everybody else out of jail that have weed charges. Hopeful dreaming or wishful thinking or whatever the fuck. If I said them backwards, who knows? Tyler, what do you think about? So we're here at the skydiving facility, the Drop Zone, right here at Spaceland Atlanta, doing the podcast. That's where the Burn Barrel is going to be hosted from for the duration of season 4, because we got this nice quiet room. We get to fuck around in here. We're not going to set it up or do anything special. We're going to come in here, set our stuff up, do the podcast, and get the fuck out of here. That's what a podcast is all about. I hate podcasts. Did I mention that earlier, Tyler?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're very last minute.
Fuck.
Like, you'll hit me up like last minute and be like, yeah.
All right, hold on.
I want to do this podcast. Can you come down? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I'm full of ideas.
Yeah, I know, but it's never planned out, is what I'm saying, for the most part. Like, when it comes to Joey's gonna throw that shit on you and be like,
That's the worst thing about me, dude.
Can you be here today?
Worst thing about me, dude.
I got you because I appreciate you, bro.
New Year's resolution. Hey, New Year's resolution, dude. I don't do resolutions, but my New Year's resolution is I'm going to try to be more dependable. I said that last year and the year before and the year before and the year before and the year before, and I think I was married the year before that. I don't know. But listen, I'm going to try it again. And this year, since I'm not drunk, I've already made it through a year. Hey, forgot to tell you all that in case you didn't know. Made it 365 days, no beer. Still smoked my fair share of medical marijuana. And, again, ate some shroomies a few times. But did not do any beer. That was my favorite. That was my choice. I did that every single day, no matter what. If I didn't have any shroomies, any medical marijuana, hey, go to the gas station, get a little pack of the gummies, the Delta 8s, and 18 pack of Modelo, and fucking get it. Be loopy, dude. Be calling your ex, talking about, hey, baby, all this shit. I'm sorry about everything. And then the next day be like, fuck, where am I at? Holy shit. I'm at my ex's house. No more of that. So this next year coming up, I'm going to be like, hopefully. Because you know what? Hey, my good friend called me up the other day and chewed my ass out. Yeah, he did. He was like, hey, man, I wasn't going to say anything to you till today because yesterday was my birthday and you were supposed to come through on this one thing or whatever. And he was like, you didn't. And I was like, damn, I wish you would have called me. He was like, no, I don't want to call you. I don't think I should have to call you. Because I already reminded you 17 times. I was like, well, motherfucker, don't you know who I am? I'm going to need you to remind me 22 times. You said 17? You still have 5 to go. 5 more to go, and then I'll remember. And then maybe, whatever, I'm just joking about more or less, but I'm saying I'm doing too much sometimes. I get overwhelmed. I always mean well. And what I've learned is going into next year is I ain't saying shit. You know what I'm saying, Tyler?
Yes, sir.
I ain't saying shit. You say, can you be there? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. Well, we're going to have a fucking answer. Well, I don't know is an answer. I don't know if I'll be there. There's your answer. Well, we can't sign you up for this deal because if you don't know, that's not for certain. It's just a yes or no. Well, if I tell you no, you can't sign me up anyway. So I'm shooting basically 2 out of 3 is a no for you. So I'm just like, fuck it. You know what I mean? You can't take I don't know as an answer, then you don't know who I am as a friend. Because one thing I also hate is friends. Tyler, I'm glad we're talking about it again 10 minutes into this podcast. I hate friends, so-called friends, that remove themselves from your life, take themselves away from you, meaning they take their access away because you haven't spoke with them in a while.
Right.
You've been building, you've been tied up, you've been depressed, you've been gotten to a car wreck, you've been all these things, whatever, and your friends, so-called friends that are, in my opinion, just so insecure because they can't be by themselves or something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but they get so mad and so upset that you haven't called them in forever, and then they'll either block you or they'll talk shit about you or they'll do whatever about you and be like, well, I don't talk to him no more. And somebody say, why is that? Well, I don't know. I didn't do anything to him. He just stopped talking to me. Hell, I just deleted him.
Right.
That was not your friend. Somebody who takes their access away because you didn't talk to him over a period of time was never your friend. You'll never lose a step with your friend. And I hate when people do that. You sound like you want to say something.
Yeah. Good friends, you can. It doesn't matter how much time between you've had. You know what I mean? Like when y'all come back together, it's always just like it was when you left off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good times. You know what I mean? Last time we did something together when we did a show together.
Yeah.
The first show we did together, your show. You know what I mean?
Right.
It turned out great. It was
Right.
a great thing. We didn't stay in touch every day. We haven't talked. We're not like. You know what I mean? We're not close like that. But when we come together, just like when you came to the show, bro, you still did your thing at that show.
Yeah, the show.
Time. You know what I mean? It was a good time, and we
got to tell them about the
good
show.
Vibes. That was good vibes, though.
We got to tell them about the show now.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So that's just how it is. I feel like it's always going to be, no matter how much time in between, you're going to find yourself back, having good times with people.
Indeed.
That are meant to be.
The show that he's talking about, it was a predominantly white rap show with there was some black rappers in there because that's their thing, their culture. And I'm not saying white people can't rap because there's a fucking shitload of good white rappers. I saw them that night. I'm just saying it was weird to be in a predominantly white rap show. But let me tell you about it. I was on the show with this guy Tyler. It was his show. He set it up. It was called Wolf Fest or something like that. Ain't that the name of it? Wolf Fest? That's his thing. He does a little Wolf Fest where everybody comes out and they do their little minutes. And we talked about it on the other thing before. But when you do like open mic comedy and you're trying to be a comedian, you go to the bars, you go to the restaurants, you go to the single seaters where one person's in there, maybe 5 people are in there, whoever's in there, and you do your little bit, right? You try to come up, and it's the same exact thing. Because when I went there, it was at the bar. It was a bunch of people that they invited as many as they could, and so did I. But they rapped and they all did their thing or whatever. But right in the middle of it, Tyler Lawless says, "Hey, we're going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to do some stand-up comedy." Look at him. Yeah. Okay, so let me refresh you. It was a rap show. These people were on lean, weed, and mixed drinks. One of the 3 or all 3. And when he said that, hey, he stopped the music because they were vibing. They were posting on Instagram. They were doing all kind of shit. And then when he stopped the music and he was like, hey, we're going to do some stand-up comedy, everybody was like, oh, the fuck we are. And then I had to go up there, and I ate absolute shit. Buttholes. I ate buttholes around the room. I hated it. Yeah, I love Tyler, but I hate Tyler. I'm not saying that. This is the first time I'm telling you this, but I hated it.
No. So here's what's really cool about that, though. Like you might have hated that.
No, I hated it.
Okay, but Amber PG.
She was cool.
All right, so phenomenal singer, right?
Oh, great.
So she's
great.
coming up now, right?
Right.
So she posted the next day. She specifically shouted out. She was the headliner. So
right.
She specifically shouted out your name
Yeah.
and said, "I appreciate for you coming out. You know, funny guy." Like that's what made it worth it on my because
you like to make connections.
right, bro.
Tyler's a
That's
networker. He likes to network.
It's a good thing that happened. It was a good to me that made it a good look because there, regardless of like how you felt in the moment, there's other people that still thought that it was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not like it just it was a totally different environment. Yeah, you were the only comedian.
She was killer, dude. She was like, oh man, she was like playing the guitar, singing country music, and then she busted out the fucking trap,
Peach cobbler,
the trap rap, dog.
Yeah.
She was like, you know, and then I was like, oh no, and then I recorded some of it, and put it on my story and crap like that. But that was a good time because everybody was good, and you killed it, dude. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a good job.
Honestly, I don't really care about rapping anymore. Like, I'm so behind the scenes.
You just like to produce. You like to do your thing.
Well, I'm at the point in my life where I like to be more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like when you put yourself out there as a rapper, it's kind of it is a competitive.
Yeah.
So like you really have to put yourself out there. Whereas I'm more like I'm good. Like like I have a good life. I have a good job. I have good friends. I have good people, and I only want to have those type of people around me.
Yeah.
So like when you're in the rap world, you got to deal with a lot of bullshit, a lot of negative people hating on you. Like, I'll be watching some shit, subliminal disses and shit. And I'm like, bro, that's why I hate Facebook. I really hate. Even social media.
If somebody's dissing you, it's like, come on with it.
Yeah. No, I always say that. Like, say the name.
Whenever I don't like to name drop, but I will. But like, I'm friends with fucking plenty of people that are like friends with famous ass people, so to speak, right? I'm not famous and I don't claim to be famous, but when people try to say that I'm ripping off somebody's swagger, like I hear people be like, this is the Wish Theo Vaughn, or this dude's trying to be like this person or that person or whatever. I'm always like, what the fucking fuck are you fucking talking about?
I don't get Theo Vaughn vibes off of
you. Neither do I. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude, but does he?
It's totally
he doesn't even do what I do. We don't even do the same thing.
It's two different persons.
We both have the long hair. That's what it is. That's where people are like, oh, yeah, they're from the South. And we both say some wild shit, but I mean, we're not even, when I say we both, I'm just using this in a sentence. Like, we're not even in the same, and this dude's fucking uber famous and uber, like, into shit. Like, I do stand-up comedy. I say comedian, but I say that heavy, meaning that I'll do skits, I'll act, I'll do stand-up, I'll do whatever. Stand-up comedy is what some of these dudes do. Period. All the time. Some of the dudes I fuck with do all just stand up. I skydive. I do merch. I'm a fucking dad. I do stand up. But I try when I do all of them, I do them full speed, no doubt. I've done 307 skydives this year. Not bragging. I'm just saying I'll go in right. But I've also did a fucking shit ton of shows while I was banned, and on top of that, man, I'll tell you, the hustle. I'm getting ADD there, but the hustle comes from getting after it in all the different ways and fucking and showing yourself until people finally say stuff like that, like, "Hey, you're trying to be like Theo Vaughn." So if somebody's hating on you, I'm always like, "Hey, fucking come on, dude. Hey, maybe Theo Vaughn will see that shit and be like, hey, I kind of like this guy. He's got a mullet too. Yeah, let's talk to him." Or whatever, then people will be like, hey, what's this dude's comedy about? Because the ultimate goal when you're an artist is try to get as many people that like your shit to follow you. At first, you try to get as many people as you can to follow you. It's like starting a new page. You're like, hey, y'all fucking come on, invite your friends, check it out. You have people fall off or whatever. It's not going to be for everybody. You have people fall off that liked it at one time that don't like it again after you post something different. It is what it is. The attrition is there. But it's fun. Yeah. It's fucking fun to do all the things, right? Hopefully one day we'll fucking be doing stand-up shows and selling out fucking big shit like that. Fuck yeah, because I do stand-up shows. I got shows coming up the 5th in San Antonio and the 6th in Austin, Texas of January. We just finished up some shows December 8th and 9th in Palm Coast, Florida. You just produced a show for us in Villa Rica, that sold out show. I did a bunch of shows with Alex Morrison, Cam Bertrand all this past year, Matt the Welder. We did a bunch of shows. It was a good fucking time. Hopefully this next year will be the year. Unless we go to World War III, which is possible. It is. It's possible. Then hopefully this next year coming up is the year. All right. Well, look, dude, we're at 20 minutes, so we're going to cut this off because we're already, it is what it is. 20 minutes is good for the first, hey, we're coming back. But the next one that we set up, it's going to be in the same spot, same location, same day, same time. We're going to put it up the same deal. And we're going to interview Mr. Lawless back here. We're going to interview Mr. Sherbert about his things in life, because the Burn Barrel, ultimately, we're about mental health. We're about having a good fucking time. We're about, when you watch it, you're like, hey, that was entertaining in some form or fashion. Like, that was aight. Like, that was aight. You know, we'll get some different people on here. And since Tyler produces and stuff like that, I'm sure it's because he does gigs and stuff like that. He's not going to always be around, but if he can, then I'm going to make sure he's here. And we'll just interview people. And we're not trying to be the next Joe Rogan Experience or some shit like that. If you're interested in what we have to say, hell yeah. That's it. We are the Burn Barrel, Season 4, Episode 1, Take 2, and we're the fuck out of here. And y'all be good.
Peace.
Peace in the middle grease.